What's happening here?
Trash Thursday.
What happens to the trash?
What happens to the trash? This is our trash temple, one of the few places that I personally know of in Guatemala that is not exporting any trash at all, period. My name is Jonah. I'm the permaculture coordinator here at the Mystical Yoga Farm. Permaculture is like a full circle holistic approach to living. It comes with different ways in which to approach communication, how to set up spaces so that they're practical for not only growing food, but for people to live well. It's bigger than food. This is our trash temple, or our bodega. And what you'll see on the shelves are what's called eco bricks. There's many places around the world practicing this, but one of the few in places that I personally know of, especially in Guatemala, that is not exporting any trash at all. So what that means is any trash, period, any kind, metal, glass, plastic, cardboard, everything's processed here. It doesn't leave the property. So anything burnable, for example, right here, we use to help start fires or help start controlled burns of areas, or it just gets burnt. And then we have our hard plastics in here, which get cut up into tiny little pieces, and then they get stuffed inside these bottles. And basically any of the bigger hard plastics are used as vessels to hold trash, and all the smaller plastics are what fill it. And the important part is that when you squeeze it, you can see these ones are on the half full space, but as I'm squeezing it, it still has a bunch of air. When they become complete, such as the ones at the top that I can't reach, but imagine I'm squeezing it, it will have no give at all. It'll be hard as a rock. And that's why they're called eco bricks, because we stuff them to the point where they're like bricks, and we use them as fillers for foundation work. For example, this floor right here that we're standing on, as well as, if you can get a shot back in there, Neil, that wall, which typically we don't expose the eco bricks, but I think it's nice that in here they're exposed so you can see the example of how it's working. So essentially, we're able to limit the amount of rebarb or strong foundation stuff needed in things such as floors and walls to like as close to 15% of what you would normally use by using these bricks as layers of foundation. For if you're making cob bricks or adobe, you have to make thousands of them before you can start building and let them dry, and this is essentially the same principle. We have a store over here that we'll walk by. The foundation of that was built on it. The cafe where you saw them processing the trash, the whole floor there is made of eco bricks. Just what you see here is, the last year or so, we've filled this entire bodega with eco bricks. I would imagine that I've seen personally, and I've spent almost 2 years here, like 5 or 6 different times. So I imagine in the 15 years this place has been here, they've probably filled this place up close to 20 plus times. The 2 years I've come have been over a span of about 5 years. Wachuma is a cactus with the active alkaloid of mescaline. Over here we have an herb called rue or ruda, and ruda is seen as a spiritual protector. And ironically enough, it's also very dangerous plant.